right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, I'm Brother Brian here on KIEZ 106.7 FM. We're back again this week. We're going to speak about some very, very serious issues dealing with the voice of the community. You may hear things that may come out of my mouth or my cohort's mouth talking about family, legacy, duty, respect, even leadership. We even may talk about peace, kingdom, but you may know these words: Wakanda, vibranium. So, hey, we're going to jump right into it. I want to say, hey, got a gentleman right here. We know him as called Larry. I want to say, hey, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great, doing excellent. Yes, sir.
Ah, I know that's right. I like that. Positivity, excellent is a very strong word. Everybody just can't say that. So, there's some things going on in your life that make you pull that out of yourself and use that word and say excellent. So, thank you for carving out some time sitting here with me at the community roundtable as we talk about things that affect us in the community. So, Larry, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you from? Where you hail from? What do you do for a living? Tell me about your family, so the family just get to know who you are.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Larry Bell, and I kind of add the junior to it, or my dad will be upset. He always let me know, hey, I'm Larry Bell. You're Larry Bell Jr. I'm originally actually from New Orleans. I came up here because of Hurricane Katrina. So I've been up here almost 17 years now. My wife was literally 9 months pregnant on our way coming up this way. And that's why I can keep up with the time because my son, he will be 17 years, right at the brink of August and September when Hurricane Katrina, actually hit. So Monroe has been good to us. We decided to stay, as you can see. We started out with one child, now we have four. And
Okay.
we're so excited to be in a growing community like Monroe. Uh, Definitely has been a blessing once again. And we want to continue to be a blessing to Monroe, Louisiana. I'm currently in the insurance business. I've been doing insurance over 10 years. I started out in the car, home, and business side of the insurance. And probably about 5 years ago, I decided to step out on the life insurance side. And now it's coming full circle. I'm doing it all. I'm doing business, auto, workers' compensation, general liability, professional liability, commercial property, also life insurance, whether it be whole life, universal life, or even term life. So we are excited about our clients. We've been serving them; they've been loyal to us, and we're just excited about the future. Yes, sir.
Uh, Now, I didn't even know that you're originally out of New Orleans, and what brought you here was Hurricane Katrina. That is a See, that's why it's good just for us to sit down and chat, and we find out so many things about one another only if we sit down and chat. So that's interesting. 1995, no, 2005. That's correct.
That's right.
2005. You came up here to protect you and your wife, and she was 7 or 8 months pregnant.
She was literally 9 months pregnant. So
Oh wow!
within
So
yes, within
wow,
2 weeks of the storm, 2 weeks of being here, she was delivering our first child.
right here in Washita Parish.
How shall I say? Yes.
Hey, I gotta love Washita Parish. That's right. Building the population one body at a time.
That's
Have
right.
to love it. Now, as you currently in the insurance business, and I look at the insurance industry as something that's called a peace of mind. Because in 2005, you saw a lot of devastation that took place in your own community in New Orleans.
That's
But
right.
at that time, you were not in the insurance industry, but you experienced something and have so many stories about how devastation can happen overnight. And if there's not any proper planning, the effects or the impact of ineffective planning can take on a family. It could be stress, anxiety, so much going on. So tell me, as you all travel from down south to Monroe, and the after effects, what kind of thoughts were going to your mind at that time?
Exactly what you just said about being prepared. I mean, we never expected that to happen. One of the reasons is almost like the boy that cried wolf in New Orleans, because we have all type of storms every year. And then every year you're trying to do what? Evacuate. And then some years you decide not to evacuate. And that was our story right there. So the year before Katrina, we evacuated and it took 19 hours to get here to Monroe.
Oh wow.
And so when Katrina hit, I told my wife, even though she was beautiful and pregnant, I said, baby, I ain't going nowhere. We're going to stay right here. We're going to go to the Superdome. We're going to bunk up at the church or whatever. And so that was the mindset of many people. They wanted to be prepared, but because all the times that they were prepared and nothing happened, it kind of gave them the, as we would say, the okie doke.
Mhm. Right, right. Okay, I get what you're saying now. The boy they called Wolf, because in 2005, like we are fully aware, the storm hit, and I ended up going down there with a crew, a small crew myself, and we worked out of West Wego, and we didn't demolish homes, but we removed all types of appliances, all everything that the people discarded. We had to haul it off. We had to haul off trees, timber. So it was a lot of work down there. And so I went down there about 6, 7, 8 months. And the time I went down there was directly a week after Katrina hit, and everything was rationed. Ice, groceries. There were lines outside the grocery stores because individuals just couldn't go in as the freedom that we have today. You can only purchase so much. And the trading factor at that time, no checks, no credit cards, cash only.
Man, you're right about that. Yes, sir. And I experienced that, of course, from a distance. You know, we was watching CNN and Fox and all of your major news stations. We saw friends and family members standing outside the convention center for days, holding their babies up with, diapers that were soiled and so on.
Hmm.
No formula, no lights. It was hot. It was terrible. But we also had similar situation here in Monroe because we had a lot of evacuees who also came, and they set up over at the Accent Marketing Building, which is the old State Forum. So we had those same lines to get diapers, to get food, even to get a new ID and things of that nature. Man, it just seemed like it was the end of the world for us. And talking about this actually brings memories, and we're just so happy that we was able to make our way out of that. And once again, we're excelling. Yes, sir.
I like that. I like that. So we want to dig a little bit more deeper on this topic, Larry. We want to focus on something that's called proper planning prevents poor performance. So
Yes.
you just share with us your personal story. I share with them a little bit of an aspect of my story, what I went through when I went down to New Orleans. But we want to talk about something that everyone knows. As I mentioned it earlier, Wakanda, Vibranium, T'Challa, Kings, Sons, Legacy. We're talking about the Black Panther.
Black
You know,
Panther.
it came out several years ago, and it lit a spark in the African American community because we believe in legacy. We saw what we can actually, our intelligence pull together, our ability to work together and to properly work together to actually raise funds together, also commingle funds together and make something positive happen in our community. So we
Yes.
want to talk about that. Proper planning prevents poor performance. The story quickly goes that the gentleman that we know as Chadwick Boseman, who played the Black Panther, his father ended up dying in the movie. And his father had a statement. I'm sorry, his father said something to him. To Kala, a man who has not prepared his children for his death has failed as a father. And before we started this today, you and I talking, I said I went and watched the Black Panther last night, and that was the first time I heard it.
Yeah,
So,
right.
and it just hit me. I was like, wow, that was in the movie the whole time. I've seen it 3 or 4 times, but I didn't hear that up
Yes.
until now.
Until
That
now.
is so powerful.
Mhm.
And as the story goes, we start finding out that the king, which is known as the Black Panther, he had an outside family, outside brother. He ended up giving back to other parts of his descendants, his distant family, in order to preserve. So proper planning prevents poor performance. And
That's
so,
right.
Larry, I want to see if we can relate that some kind of way to what you do for a living, the insurance industry.
Yes.
Do you think that saying proper planning prevents poor performance? What goes through your mind when you hear something like that?
That's right. So, hey, the insurance business is a great aspect of that statement right there. because that's what we do. We help people have a peace of mind, and we help people to plan, for the unfortunate, the day that we're all going to have to face, especially on the life insurance side. But even on the car insurance side, the business insurance side, we're still preparing for a peril, which
Yeah,
means
like what you went through in 2005. Not only you, but people in your community in New Orleans, the property was destroyed.
that's right. That's right. That's right. So you're preparing yourself for this peril, this danger, which can be a hurricane, it can be a flood, it can be a fire, it can be property damage, it could be terrorism, all of these particular things. So what you do is you put insurance on this particular product. And what you're saying is if this were to happen or when it happened, hey, this insurance is going to help me to be indemnified, which means to bring me back to the place that I was before the tragedy happened. And of course, that happens definitely for property insurance and car insurance. Now, for life insurance, it's a little bit different there. Of course, life insurance cannot bring your loved one back, but it can replace their income, and it can put you in a better position to prosper. So proper planning can put you in a better position to prosper.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
life insurance is definitely a tool that we all can use to plan. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's right. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Because we were talking about, I was sharing with you about the Black Panther because I like that story, and I can relate it to maybe fictional and non-fictional. The character Chadwick Boseman played the Black Panther, and in 2008, he was pulled from among us in real life. And so, in a real life story, his family received the life insurance. However, he did not have a will. And most people in our communities, well, most people that are, no, all communities,
Yes.
they believe that only the wealthy can obtain a will. But a will is for any and everyone. It doesn't matter your social or economic position or disposition.
Mhm.
It's about proper planning in
Yes.
order to prevent poor performance. It's about leaving a legacy. And that's what we have to sit down and understand about what is probate, what are estates. I mean, the estate, these things, this terminology like this. And so is there a major difference between a life insurance policy and a will?
You know what? There is. There is, and both are important. Of course, being in the life insurance industry, I'm going to push, life insurance, of course, but you need a will as well. You need estate planning as well, because what that does, it causes your assets to be, set aside, and you can give direction, shall I say, where you want that to go. Otherwise, people are scrambling, fighting, or they're saying the he say, she say. Mama said this for me. And then that will say what Bible says for me. But when it's written and it's signed and it's the will in the testament, once again, it is written. And one thing else about a will, it doesn't only help when the person passed away, it also helps while the person is alive and they're about to die. And then you begin to know their wishes, what hospital they want to go to, how they want their going away, what they want to do here, what they want to do there. Do they want to be on life support? Just different things like that. And it causes you to avoid confusion. And with the life insurance aspect of it, it's a little bit more simpler. You just purchase the policy, and then you, as the beneficiary, you receive those funds, those proceeds, tax free, without any type of probate, any type of court proceedings. You just receive that death benefit tax free.
Okay, okay, I like that. Pretty much being the insurance is about being made whole again, and as we say, a proper planning. So we're talking about life insurance. We're talking about estate planning. So I'm assuming with insurance, it also deals with protecting property, as we did mention earlier. But what about when a person has a business? Uh, what about the protection? Because so many people in our community, we operate and maintain some type of business,
Yes.
whether it's a LLC, a corporation, sole proprietor. Yeah. What type of insurance can actually protect a business? And it could be life insurance. I don't know. I'm just asking. what type of insurance that the business owner can actually an asset protection to protect themselves and their business?
So very good question. So you hit it on the head. Life insurance can also help a business stay afloat after the business owner has passed away. And one of the main policies you can call it a key man employee policy. And that can also be not only the employee that you choose to be your key person, but you can actually put that on yourself as well, which means if something happened to me, this business can suffer. So I'm going to put this policy up on me. I'm going to put $2 million up on me. And if I pass away, this $2 million is going to come into the business and it's going to help the business to stay afloat even after I'm gone. Now, there's another aspect to keep the business going too, especially for those who have partners, and you have to purchase something called a buy-sell agreement. And the reason why you would want that, if I were to pass and you're my partner, guess what? Even though you're a nice guy, Mr. Johnson, my wife probably don't want to be in business with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Even though
yeah.
she's gonna be the one to take on the business, by law and so on, by inheritance, she probably said, you know what, I don't want to be in business with Mr. Johnson. So we purchased something called a buy-sell agreement. That means I have life insurance on me as a partner, and my partner has life insurance, and we have $5 million on each other. And so that way I can buy you out and say, hey man, if you take this 5 million, my family will keep the business and you can go start another business, or what have you.
Mhm.
So particular things which, as you know, are not really talked about a lot, but these are the things that's been helping businesses for decades and probably even centuries, and so on in other communities, as we know. Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely. Asset protection. I tell you what, let's do it because it sounds like it get very in depth with that conversation.
Mhm.
Uh, how can we contact you and so we can set up a meeting consultation to sit down? I don't even know if you offer it. Sit down and talk to you one on one, get a little bit more information because I mean you just blew me away with this key person, key man insurance, buy, sell. So because everybody I know has a business, some kind of business.
Yes.
So it seems to be that would be a great tool in their portfolio. So how can we get in contact with you?
Okay, it's right on the screen. You can call Larry,
Call Larry.
512-2242, or you can email me at Larry at buylifeinsuranceNow.LLC.com, and we can definitely set up an appointment. We can meet here in town, or we can meet at a mutual place, or what have you. And we're definitely looking forward to those to reach out that are interested. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So we were talking about the Black Panther assets, wills, estates, life insurance protection, proper planning for life or physical property. Did I miss anything that you want to share with the family before they call you and set up a personal consultation?
There's another product when you talked about business owners can definitely take out life insurance, to help their family and their business. But there's also tools within life insurance policy called cash value, and we living in a time where the market is crazy. I mean, it's fluctuating up and down. It's down, more down than up, and so on. I've had many people reach out to me and say, hey, man, my 401k is not doing what I thought it should do. My savings, my CD is not doing what I want it to do. Is there a product that we can use that would help me in the years to come? And of course, cash value life insurance, we know there's some controversies among agents concerning it, but the proof is in the pudding. It is written, it illustrates itself, and you want to make sure you get with a company that's solvent, a company that will be able to, has a history of taking care of their clients, whether it be with death benefit or whether it be with cash value. What am I saying? What I'm saying is the business owner can not only have death benefit when they're gone to their beneficiaries, but they also can have a product that gives them a benefit while they're alive.
Oh,
And instead of banking at the bank, they can bank on themselves, without any type of, penalties and interest and all of those type of things. And so I'm just gonna leave it right there so I can start kind of wetting, their interest, if you please. And somebody may call and say, tell me more about that. Yes,
Absolutely. I mean, you're right, because we just seen where the federal government just increased the interest rate, the short-term interest rate. So the market is volatile. That is an accurate fact. So anytime the short-term interest rate goes up or down, it affects signature loans, credit cards, home equity loans. So, but I'm gonna let them call you so you can really break it down, because I understand about becoming your own bank. I understand about that universal life policy. I understand about the cash value. So, hey, but go to the professional, call Larry, area code. He's right here in Washita Parish, 318-512-2242. 512-2242. Larry, I want to thank you for carving out a little bit of time and really breaking down to the family what we can do to properly prepare for the inevitable that takes place.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.